other legislative issues that we have coming before this committee of great importance to the country. So I demand that this Republican culture of intimidation against progressive groups be stopped, and that they be as outraged as we were outraged. Democrats were outraged, and we expressed our outrage when groups that we don't agree with politically or ideologically were being attacked or being intimidated or being investigated by the IRS. I would like to see a modicum of a similar outrage by my Republican colleagues for what we held when folks testified before this committee that we don't politically agree with, but we stood by them and said, as Americans, they should not be investigated.
The gentleman's time has expired, and I would just refer the gentleman to my opening statement where I mentioned that progressives were on the Be on the Lookout list, or the BOLO list.
Will the chairman yield?
No, I will not yield.
Where was the outrage?
I will not yield.
Where was the outrage?
I thought you were talking about the sort of modicum of this committee, and yet the gentleman continues to interrupt the chair. You've had your 5 minutes. You referred to me by name as the chairman, and I'm going to respond. And I would refer the gentleman to my opening statement where I mentioned that progressives were on the Be on the Lookout list, and I made one thing clear, that no taxpayer, regardless of political affiliation, should be unfairly targeted. And with that, I'll yield to the shock of Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I begin my question, I think I would just say that I think the chairman has been more than accommodating, more than outreaching to the other side. In fact, the chair would indulge when we had our first hearing where we invited witnesses who were victims of targeting. The chair asked for witnesses from the minority, and would the chair remind us how many minority witnesses were submitted?
There were none.
Thank you. Mr. Warfel, welcome.